Let's get one thing straight right from Jump Street. Ain't nobody up here to entertain you clowns. You got a problem, man? Or you coming there laughing and joking? You see, look at me, motherfucker, when I'm talking. Now, you want to impress these bitches how tough you are? Any one of you want to impress them how tough you are? Well, impress them with me. I've been in this stinking cesspool 10 years, clown, and I ain't seen nothing funny. You sit here and you seriously believe you ain't never going to jail. In the 10 years I've been here, I've seen thousands of guys come through these joints. And I ain't met anybody yet that plan to come to prison. That's the trouble with you clowns. If somebody's trying to give you something, you're about trumping them off. Go ahead, keep trying me, jerk off. Keep trying me, man. Get up, motherfucker, you think you're... Get out of here. Get up off that fucking bench. Get out of here, nigga.
Go there and kick his motherfucking ass.
Come on. I'm over here,
Chad, that motherfucker, man.
Slide.
Tighten it up. Move the fuck over, man. Move over.
I'm sure some of you guys has got girlfriends, right? I can't hear you. You girls got boyfriends? I can't hear you. Yeah. I know you all got sexual desires, right? Huh? Yeah. Well, we got sexual desires, too. We're just like you. We made of flesh and blood. You tough guy, take a wild guess. When we got sexual desires, who do you think we get? And don't tell me each other. Who? You don't know, huh? Well, I tell you, we get young, dumb motherfuckers just like you. Like I told you, I've been down here 10 years, and I'm gonna die in this stinking joint. And if they wanted to give me these 3 bitches right here, I would leap over them like a kangaroo just to get the one pretty young fat butt boy.
I'm telling you, goddamn.
And not only me, there's a lot of guys in there do the same thing. It's a way of life in these joints.
Let this dummy here sit down, man.
One day you're laying on your blanket, and your mind is drifting over them 30-foot walls, and you're thinking about who's with your girl. When 3 guys will slide into your cell, wrap your ass up in that blanket, and I don't care how tough you think you are or how strong you might be, they're gonna kick your ass over the side of that bed and do bodily harm to your asshole by sticking a dick in it. So what do? I'm gonna give you 5 options you could take, and ain't none of them worth a Chinese nickel. 1, you go to the cop. You say, officer, 3 guys just ripped me off, and you come back with the cop. You say, that white guy, that black guy, that black guy. See these 3 guys that ripped you off? Yeah, they're gonna go in a hole for 30 or 60 days, and then they be back in population. But the administration, they know they can't leave you in population, because one of these guys' associates will cut your ass from A to Z. So they gotta do something to protect you. But right up there on the 4th tier is a place called PC, Protective Custody. We call it Punk City here at Rahway. And that's where you will go. And if you're doing a 1 to 2, 5 to 7, 20 to 30, life bid, that's where you will do all that time. And when you in PC, you locked up 23 out of 24 hours a day. You get out for 1 hour for exercise. And that's it. So see, you can't rap. But I know I got a lot of tough guys here. So when you get ripped off, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is get even. You're gonna wanna get revenge. Now, the best time to stab somebody in this joint is on a mass movement. When you got over 1,300 wild, treacherous maniacs moving like a herd of fucking cows, going out there to the yard, the mess hall, or up here to the movies. So you strap down with your shank and you go in the yard, and you see one of them guys that ripped you off. So you slip up behind him, you pull your shank, and you stick him. And when you stick him, you kill him. One of you smart guys tell me, how much time you think the court's gonna give you for killing that man? Anybody.
Bunch of dumb.
That's right, they're gonna give you life. Not that they care about that guy you killed, or they care about you, but that's the way the system works. See, there's no such thing as getting even in these prisons. And that brings us to number 3. When you get here and you get ripped off, maybe you decide, well, I ain't gonna say nothing to nobody. I keep it to myself. But see, it don't work that way. See them 3 guys that ripped you off? They got associates. And their associates, they're about young boys, and they're gonna come and rip you off. And then they got associates, and they're gonna come and rip you off. And if you get anything from home, like a little food package or some personal clothes, somebody gonna take that too. So your thing will steady be getting ripped off. And that brings us to number 4. And this is the one you're all gonna take. In the 10 years I've been here, I've seen it 1,000 times. You're gonna walk around this joint, or any joint you might be in, and you're gonna find a guy that's real quiet. Nobody bothers him, and he don't bother nobody. He's got all the respect in the world. You're gonna approach this guy and say, hey, my man, I got a very serious problem. Can you help me? And after you run it down to him, he's gonna tell you, yeah. And it seems like 5 minutes after he say yeah, it's like somebody got on a PA system and told 1,300 wild maniacs not to bother you. And now you're telling yourself, hey, this guy was all right. He got all his pressure off of me. But nah, he ain't did nothing. The only thing this guy did was he told population that you are his property. You are his kid. And when you become somebody's kid in one of these joints, there's the things you gotta do. You gotta get up in the morning and get his coffee. You gotta clean his cell. You gotta wash his drawers and socks. And if he wants some head, you will give it to him. And if he wanna fuck you in your ass, you'll let him. And if he wanna sell you to another prisoner, he'll do that too. See, they're gonna put lipstick on your lips, earrings in your ear, and have you swishing your ass up and down these tiers, hustling cigarettes for your man. And for you tough motherfuckers like you, see, when you entertain the thought of telling this guy, nah, man, I ain't about that bullshit. I ain't gonna do it. Well, then the only thing you telling this guy is to take your life, clown. Because that's what he's gonna do. Nah, you can take number 5, and that just happened Christmas. You probably all read about it because it was in all the papers. Young guy, he didn't mean to kill nobody. Just standing on a corner, smoking a little reefer, drinking a little wine. Saw he was broke but wanted to keep the party going. So he went out and snatched a pocketbook. But see, when he took that pocketbook from that little old lady, she had a heart attack and died. So he didn't just have a charge of mugging. He had a homicide to go with it. And when he went to court, the judge didn't give a fat rat's ass he was 16. The judge didn't want to hear what he meant to do. He just told him, I'm fed up with this juvenile bullshit, and gave him life right here in Rahway State Prison. And he's here 1 week, and he became somebody's kid. And he did that for just a little over a year. And then the pressure of day-to-day living in one of these stinking joints crashed in on him. So Christmas night, he went back to his cell, took his sheet, tied one end around a pipe, another around his dumb motherfucking neck, and he hung himself. So now he's even. He ain't got to do that life bit. He ain't got to deal with these police, and he ain't got to put up with his pimp. He went out the back door wrapped up in a green sheet with a tag on his toe. And when they stuck his dumb ass in the ground and gave him that little wooden graveyard marker, they ain't put his name on there, they put his number. Because that's all you are when you come to somebody's prison. It's a number. You lose everything. But this is what you clowns want. I personally don't give a fat rat's ass what you do when you leave here today. But just remember this. When you get here, I show you better than I can tell you.